welcome to the latest episode of Sean's Movie Crusades. My name is Sean Wasserkrug, and I'm here to review all the latest films in theaters and streaming, as well as anything that you recommend, whether it be recent films or old school movies. Before we get to today's episode, don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe to the channel, so that way you guys stay up to date with all the latest videos, and also don't forget to follow us at all the social media outlets you see below. Now today, we are going to be reviewing a movie that just came out in theaters, and it's Liam Neeson's latest revenge film, Cold Pursuit. Now, Liam Neeson, I mean, this is kind of his MO now. He used to be, a real big dramatic actor, like with Rob Roy, and, he does the romantic, comedy stuff like Love Actually, and then he did, Batman and stuff like that, but then all of a sudden he really took off as on Taken. And since then, I mean, it's just been revenge movie, whether it be The Commuter, I think Walk Amongst Tombstones, I don't even know if that's the right name of that title or not, but that's just kind of Liam Neeson's MO now. He's just kind of focusing on these types of movies because obviously they garner the most box office, aka the most money for him. So Cold Pursuit, I saw the trailer for it a little while back, and it just looked like another Liam Neeson, revenge film. But then the reviews started coming out, because obviously certain reviewers get to see movies earlier than I do, so I got to see some of the review scores. I don't read reviews before I do these, so that way they don't impartially change my mindset. But Rotten Tomato score wise, I mean, I think it's an 84 right now. It was actually looking really, really good. So my perception went from, I really don't care to see this movie, to, oh wow, okay, I'm actually excited to see this movie. The general premise of this film, or the plot, is Liam Neeson plays Nels Coxman, which they really make an emphasis on that last name through this movie. And he's a snowplower in Colorado, like in a small town outside of Denver, even though it feels like it's in Alaska with the way it snows there, because every time it's in Denver, it looks like it's barely snowed, or it's just snowed just a little bit, but, where he's at, it literally looks like they're in the Arctic tundra. But basically, he just won, Man of the Year for the town, so, stuff like that. He's just a guy who just does his job, and just lives his life. He's got a wife, played by Laura Dern. Her name's Grace, and he's got a son. His name's Kyle. It's played by Michelle Richardson. And basically what happens is Michelle goes to work one night. He gets basically kidnapped by a bunch of guys, and they inject him with heroin, and he dies. So Liam Neeson then goes on the revenge hunt to try and find the people who killed his son. And that's basically the general plot of what the movie is. Obviously there's a lot more to this movie than just that, but that is the general plot that people know going into the movie. What works in this film, basically, for the most part, Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson's done enough of these movies now that he knows where his character needs to be and how he needs to act and do certain things to get the movie to excel. And Liam Neeson does that the whole way through. Emma Rossum, people might know her from Shameless. I'm a huge fan of her. She's in the movie. She's a cop in this small town. She's good in her parts, and that's basically it. I'm not, anyone who's been watching my videos. A lot of people really liked my Robin Hood one because the movie was just so bad that I didn't give a damn about spoilers, and I just attacked the hell out of that movie. I'm gonna try my best not to go spoiler on this. If something comes out, I apologize. If cuss words come out, here's your warning. I don't understand where the great reviews are coming from this film. I thought this movie was trash. I could not stand this movie. Maybe it's because I'm tired, but I also saw Lego Movie 2, and I was able to enjoy that, and I saw that after this. So I really don't want to chalk it up to me being tired while watching this movie. I despised this movie. I don't know how many times, the whole time watching this movie, I'm just, because just so much stupid stuff was happening. I've since watching this movie, have watched some reviews of people who are praising this film, and while I respect their opinion, I personally just don't see what they see. This movie is so bad. It's so fucking bad. And it's so fucking stupid in so many different areas of the movie. There's 4 different story arcs going on in this film, and you really only have one. I'm probably going to go all over the place because I didn't write a script for this like I normally do with my reviews, so sorry if this is kind of all scatterbrained. I'm just trying to just go with this. Laura Dern is completely wasted in this movie. She plays the wife, and an actress of her caliber should not have been wasted for this role. They could have found any normal actress that's not a big name to have played this role, and it would have been fine. Laura Dern literally has 4 scenes in this movie, and she's fine in her first scene, and then every other scene after that, she just gets progressively worse until she just straight up disappears and leaves the... And then even the way she leaves the movie is so dumb. Now, if there was like a tail end earlier in the movie that explained the reason, this one part, which like I said, I'm trying not to do spoilers, then it would make sense. But because they didn't do anything like that, her exit in this film was just utterly dumb. And that's a lot of the problems with this film, is there's so many things in this movie that were just shot so stupid that it just made no sense to me. I mean, they literally take 10 to 15 seconds of screen time watching a dog take a shit. I shit you not. They literally take 10 to 15 seconds of screen time to have you sit there and watch a dog take a shit. There's just certain character arcs that literally make no sense, or just do random stuff just out of the blue. There's this other element of, because you have the drug lords that, I'm not even going to call them drug lords. You have the drug group that Liam Neeson's going after, and then they have a rival group that they bring into the mix, so it becomes Liam Neeson's in the middle of this drug war between these two because he started it by knocking off people from drug lord A, and they retaliated on drug group B because they thought that they were doing it. And so then there's this drug warfare that was caused by Liam Neeson, unbeknownst to him that he did this. And so they're fighting each other, and no one knows that it's Liam Neeson, and Liam Neeson's fighting them, and it's a jumbled mess. And I'm sorry, both sides, both drug cartels, I'm just going to call them cartels because it's easier to remember. I don't know how they got stuff done because both sides are moronic. They're all idiots. None of them are smart enough to run a business, let alone a drug cartel with as many people that are a part of them. Each person in these groups fuck up so many times and blunder through so many things. They're just so stupid. And the characters, they're just... The main bad guy in this movie, he's played by Tom Bateman. Oh my god, this guy's performance. I bashed, I'm blanking on her name right now, but she was in Velvet Buzzsaw. I bashed her performance last week when I reviewed Velvet Buzzsaw, saying it was probably the worst performance of the year. I'm sorry. This now goes to this guy. I could not stand this dude anytime he was on screen. He's basically hamming it up at the most hammiest as you can as a villain, which would work in the 1980s or the 1990s movies as a villain. In this day and age, this villain is just fucking ridiculous. He overacts every scene. He's basically trying to be like Patrick Bateman from American Psycho, but without good acting. And I know this actor is not a bad actor because I've seen him in other things and he's okay. So I don't know what his approach was in this film, but it is so bad. There's a cop. There's a, like I said, Emmy Rossum. She plays a cop in this movie. The cop storyline makes no sense. They are wasted in this film, and they're also idiots, except for Emma Rossum's character. She plays Kim Dash. They basically just waste screen time. They're just on there just to waste time on camera. You have her character, who basically is trying to actually be a cop and try to solve all this stuff and try to, take these guys down. But because it's a small town, her partner just doesn't want to do his job. Like, oh, look, that's not our job. We're just a ski resort town. Let's not worry about this. You're a cop. Do your damn job. She's doing her job. What do you want to do? You're trying to get her laid. Yes. His whole story arc in this movie is to not do his job and to try to get his partner laid. Because if she gets laid, maybe she won't care so much about the main, all the stuff happening in the movie. That is the cop's story arc in this film. This movie's so bad. And I keep hearing people saying how funny this movie is and that it's hilarious and stuff like that. No, it's not. It's not funny. I see the scenes that are supposedly supposed to be funny, and they're not funny. I mean, it's like either, like, their sense of funny is something, like Family Guy, where the joke happens, and then the joke goes on for 20 more seconds, and it becomes awkward, and you don't know whether just to laugh or just kind of go, let's speed through it. That's the humor in this movie, except that there was no joke. It's just him, Liam Neeson, dragging an unconscious body across a parking garage and not being seen, but him dragging him all the way across. That's supposed to be funny. The death of a character is supposed to be funny. And it's utterly ridiculous. I don't find it funny. And that's not me not having humor. I love to laugh. But this stuff wasn't funny. It's just idiotic stuff up and down. The kid actor in this, who plays the main bad guy's kid, I'm not seeing his name on here, and frankly, this movie doesn't deserve to actually be looked at to me to try to check it. He's fine, and then he does his last part of the film. This character's acted. This kid's character is way too smart to all of a sudden just be this kind of, not dumb, but like I said, I'm trying my best not to spoil stuff. So if I could elaborate, it would be a lot easier to explain this. But because I'm trying to keep it as spoiler free as I can, the character decisions of this kid near the end of the movie are just borderline stupid for a kid who's as intellectual as they make him out in this film. Like I said, every character in this movie, outside of Liam Neeson and maybe Emma Rossum's character and probably someone else, are just borderline stupid in this entire film. Every decision everyone makes is just idiotic from one spectrum to the next. Like I said, there's four story arcs in this film. There should have only been one, maybe two at the most. You don't care about any of the story arcs. You just want to watch the violence in the movie, but then 90% of the time they take the violence off screen, so you hear it, but you don't see it. You do see the aftermath of it, which is, nice in a sense, but even then, the violence isn't even as bad as compared to what Liam Neeson has done in the past with his other movies. The movie this is not good. I honestly don't understand where the positive reviews are coming from for this movie. This is easily my worst movie of the year, which is really hard because I hated Polar from Netflix that I reviewed last week, but that movie was better than this. Like I said, I see what they're trying to do, but they fail at every opportunity, and yeah, that's Cold Pursuit in a nutshell. If you want to waste your money, or if you want to go see a movie and just laugh at how bad it is, and not because it's funny, then go see Cold Pursuit. If not, don't waste your money on this, because I did, and I'm pissed that I wasted my money on it. If you want to see how bad it is, and you don't want to waste your money, wait for it to come out to streaming, because I don't think it's going to be in theaters very long. But yeah, that's my review of Cold Pursuit. Sorry that I'm coming off heated. It's just this movie really... I can't stand movies that are idiotic because they're trying to be clever and they just come off stupid. And I can't stand horrific bad acting. Now, if this was on a streaming service like Polar was, I can kind of let bad acting go to a sense. But when this is not necessarily big budget, but if it's a big budget movie, released in theaters, and the acting is so poor, it kind of just makes you wonder what the hell was the director thinking when he filmed these films. And I feel like it just takes advantage of the audience because they're seeing it because it's a Liam Neeson revenge movie. But the movie's just so bad. Like I said, I don't understand where the positive reviews are coming from. I mean, that's the same thing from when people think It Follows is a fantastic horror movie, and I think it's complete and utter trash. But like I said, everyone has their own opinion. You guys might like this movie. You guys might say, Sean, I think you're wrong. I think you're just not in the right mood to see this, and maybe I wasn't. But I'm not going to ever watch this movie again. I'm not going to give it its due. I'm not going to give it another shot 6 months down the road. I couldn't stand this movie. Halfway through, I just wanted it to be over. And every moment after that was just eye-rolling and just the whole way through. So yeah, so that's Cold Pursuit. I hope you guys like the review. Probably won't, because I guarantee if you guys are clicking on this, you guys were hoping that it was going to be a good review based on all the reviews. It's not. I apologize for that, but like I said, everyone's opinion's different. You guys might like it. I certainly didn't. But yeah, if you guys like the review, go ahead and hit the like button. If you guys feel like it was worth sharing, go ahead and hit share. But don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that way you guys stay up to date with all the latest movies that pop up on the channel. Lego 2, I'm literally about ready to do the next video for that. That one's going to be a little bit better or more positive than this one. So like I said, apologies all around. I know some people don't like my heatedness when it comes to bad movies, and some people love it. So take it or leave it. But yeah, until next time, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Movie Crusaders.